Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Atrona, and today we're going to talk about ranking events. So, I know what you guys are thinking. Some of you guys think that this game, or at least the ranking events, are geared towards more advanced players. But that's not entirely true. There are a lot of advantages that this game gives to people who are willing to play more, as opposed to being a harder player, I guess you could say. So let's go into the ranking event or the ranking quest so that I can show you what I'm talking about. So one of the main things that this game offers for people who are willing to give a bit of a grind are scouting opportunities. If you look here on this side, on the left side, there's a thing that says Medal Scout. And the Medal Scout allows you to cash in medals that you earn in these ranking events for scouting. Some of them are bronze, which are like a very general list of players, not just 4-star. There's 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, and they offer the sword dance set, which are the ones that are offered exclusively from these medals, along with other 4-stars. And they actually show the percentages here on the right side, as you can see. For 2-stars, I did the math, and you have about a 75% chance of getting a 2-star. And then you have a 24% chance, or 74 and 24% chance to get a 3-star. And then the 4-stars, if you notice, there are two different percentages. There's 0.056 and there's 0.167. So the 0.167 are from the sword dance, which are the ones that are exclusive from these Medal Scouts. And all the other ones, the 0.056, are the general 4-stars. Now, the reason why I might believe that the general 4-stars are rarer in these Medal Scouts is because the characters that are from the sword dance set require exclusive hacking crystals to level up, or not level up, but to be able to be hacked, as along with medals that are used to get the battle skills. So because it's harder to get that, I would imagine that the general 4-stars are rare, because if you get one, it's a lot easier for you to get, the battle skills up and to hack them if wanted. And so the way you can get these is through two different ways. One of them is through the actual rank that you end up in. So if I'm not mistaken, you have to be, I think, in the top 100, which I'm not even sure how much are through every group. What this game does is this game gets a bundle of players and they put them in a group, and so they have a ranking event through those. So that's probably why you may not see one of your friends on the ranking list, even though you guys are like right next to each other, or maybe you guys are even in the same rank. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So it'll first separate first, second, and third place, and then it'll go into sectors or groups. It'll go from 4th to, I believe, 10. Yeah. And then 11 all the way down to 20, 21 all the way down to 50, I believe. See, yeah. And so on and so on. And so the rewards are listed under ranking events. So first place gets 10 gold, and all these, 10 gold, 10 bronze, 10 silver, 5,000 or 500,000 coal, like all the good stuff, all the sweet stuff. And so let me see how far. If you're in the top 50, you get 5 at the end of the ranking event. It's gonna happen after the event closes, but then the results are posted for about 3 days after it's closed, so that you can cash in your medals. But there's also the score rewards. Now, what happens is in this event, doing quests gives you points, and those points are collected and added, and once you reach certain goals, you get rewards. So as you can see, starting off, you start off at like 50 event points, and you get 20 attack shards, and you start building your way up. And you can get everything from shards to memory diamonds to these medals that I was talking about. I believe, yeah. So here's the first, medal reward, and it's for 1,000 points. And I did the math. So as if you can count them off, you can see that there are multiple bronze medals along the trail. And altogether, if you make it all the way to the very end, or at least to the very last one, which is right here at 16,000 points, you get 20 medals. You need 10 medals to scout any rank, gold, silver, or medal. I mean, sorry, gold, silver, or bronze. So you get, I think, a total of 2 bronze, and I think you get 1 silver. Let me check. You get 2 over here, 3 for a total of 5, then 5 more over here for 10. Yeah. So you get 2 bronze, 1 silver, and you get 1 gold medal if you complete all the way to 20,000. As you can see down here, it says I have 7,480. And so the way you get these points, as mentioned, is you do the events. So starting off from the first battle, which is right here, you get 20 points by doing it. But this is you should note that this is at S rank. So what happens is the total points that you can get are divided into 4 groups, right? There's S, A, B, and C. If you get S, you get the full amount. If you get A, you get 3/4. If you get B, you get half, and so on. So for good at, bad at, you get 20. Made skill 40. For helper's arrival 60. Hostage rescue mission, you get 80. And then once you hit to made fight, this is the actual rank, which is when you fight the boss and the minions afterwards. And so I can do it real quick just so you guys could see. One of the ways that you can tell when it's going to start being those kind of quests is that it won't allow you to have any support, because ranking events don't allow you to have support. But all the other ones, which are, like storyline and everything, you can have a support to help you out. And they tend to have the basic creatures, from hogs to lizard men to the stone beings and everything. But the boss battles and on are always going to be the same characters. And so in another video, I'm going to talk briefly about how to be really good at these ranking events, as far as being an efficient fighter. But right now I'm just focusing on getting through this level so that you guys can see the scoring. Yeah, it turns out the Sinan bow that I got earlier is actually really helpful for this quest, because all the minions from the second half spawn in a line, and they spawn instantly, unlike others where they take a couple of seconds to start taking damage. Alright, so as mentioned, your score is a total of the damage dealt minus the damage taken and a multiplier, and the multiplier is depending on the difficulty that you're playing. Since I'm playing the most basic one, it's ×1. But once you hit, for example, Master +1, it's ×5. So it really adds up, and you should watch out. And then also the time bonus, and that ends up with the final score. So the place that tells you how much you earn, here it is. So the total event points is 100, right? And now my total event points here is 7,580, and my next reward is 420 points. So if I were to do this difficulty quest 5 more times, I would get these purple holy crystals. The thing to note though is that once you hit this difficulty, the scoring changes. You see, all the ones before would go up in increments of 20. But now, this one gives you 100, which is the basic made to fight quest. Let's see if I can get that list up. Okay, so the made to fight will give you 100. The made to fight expert actually gives you 250, so it's more than double. And then made to fight EX is 500, which is double again. And then made to fight master is 600. It's important to note that Master +1 and Master will give you the same amount of event points, even though Master +1 is harder. So the reason why is probably because Master +1 is just to give those harder playing characters, or the ones that have played a longer time or have stronger characters, a bit more leeway when it comes to the rankings. Because otherwise it would just come down to absolute time. And so the harder the level, the more you have to depend on your skills to beat it quickly and without getting hit. So I actually have a couple of scouts available. I have a couple of bronze. So we're going to do a quick couple of bronze scouts. Well, now that I'm seeing this, first let's go into a bit of detail on this when it comes to scouting. So when it comes to gold scouting, just as the other colors, are 10 per scout, and it's just one scout. The advantage that the gold medal scout has is that it breaks it down to a 50-50% chance. So for example, in this one I have a 50% chance of either getting Lisbeth or getting Lifa. Same thing goes here, 50-50. And the first available scout for ranking events was this one, which is this Kirito and Asuna. But these aren't the ones that the game first started with. If you notice down here, the special skill isn't Starburst Stream, it's Raging Cross. So these characters are different from the general 4 stars. I'm not sure if they're necessarily better or not. The only 4-star character I have right now is this Angel, which I think is really good. The only problem is he can't heal himself, so I have to kind of play it on the defense with him. But when it comes to silver or bronze, it's more of a raffle. So let's start off with the bronze and see what happens. You get a slight chance of getting 4 stars. It's very small. Like we're talking 1% out of 100. But I mean, even if you get copies, you get the hacking crystals. And if you don't have any 4 stars, a 3-star would be good too, And so 3 stars, you also have a pretty good chance. You have 24% chance. I got a couple of 2 stars. That's fine. Now let's head on over to the Silver Scout and see if anything pops up on that one. Alright, come on, give me something good. Alright, cool. Well, so like as mentioned, I already had that character, so I'm getting the hacking crystals. But that's fine, because with those hacking crystals, I think I actually have enough to hack one of my characters. And yeah, so there you have it. That's one of the ways that you can get scouts, even if you're not one of the top ranking fighters. And even if you don't want necessarily these medal scouts, if you manage to get down to 20,000 event points, I think the total, what is the total for memory diamonds? I know the very last reward is 25, which in my opinion is a pretty good chunk. But let's see. So the very last one is 25, yeah. 25 right here. Let's see. And you get 30. 35. For a second I saw 20 and I was like, whoa, what? Yeah, so it's 35 in total. So it's 35 crystals, and all you gotta do is just do the event. And so yes, it is grinding. It's not something that you're gonna do in like a minute or two, and that's fine. Even if you do, let's say, Master, which gives you 600, you would have to do it. You would have to do it enough times to reach up to 20,000. So it is a bit grindy, but as you can see, you have 5 days to do it. So you can pace yourself if you want, or you can just hammer it all down right now. It's up to you. And so hopefully that helps you guys, either get more chances at scouting a better character, or maybe if you try hard enough, you can get more gold medals and you can get one of those 50/50s. So that basically wraps it up when it comes to ranking events and how you can use them to scout more. So if you guys have any more requests, just go ahead and drop it down on the comments below, or if you spot me in the game, just go ahead and hit me up. So until then, I'll check you guys later.